back again. We are at Thrive's Summit 2020, and I'm sitting here with Steve Ferguson. Steve, you got a big, long, wordy title, so lay it on me again.
Yeah, it's National Director of Homeownership Initiatives.
National Director of Homeownership Initiatives. I swear the next time I interview you, I'm going to have that memorized.
Maybe I might too. We'll see.
It comes pretty natural for me.
There you go.
All right. Well, basically, Steve is one of the primary ones responsible for expanding all the different initiatives that we have for all those clients who are the square pegs that don't fit into our conventional round holes, or can't go FHA or VA, or some of the more common loan programs. Steve finds ways to put those clients that fit in those categories, those other categories, in a safe way, a smart way, and a way that is going to benefit them long term. So Steve, what is it about that market? A lot of people refer to it as non-QM. There are tons of different names for it. So what is it about that particular market or those particular programs that really excites you or that drives you?
I'm a big fan that I think everybody deserves to own a home.
Sure.
We all have a past. We all have a history that we've gone through, and we've all had challenges. And it bothers me when those people are written off. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I became passionate about non-QM, because there's so many opportunities out there for people they just don't realize exist. Mm-hmm. And then for a self-employed borrower, you're trying to write off as much tax as you can. You're trying to salvage that business and get as much revenue as you can. And you're, for lack of a better description, you're kind of punished in a normal loan product. And so the non-QM comes in and takes the spot where conventional doesn't. So that's why I'm passionate about it. I just love helping people get into a home.
Okay. So if you're having a conversation with somebody who tries to bring up what happened in 2007, 2008 with the recession and with the housing market crisis, and one of the first things that they point to is saying, well, isn't non-QM what got us in trouble? What would be your response?
Back in 2007, 2008, if you fogged a mirror, you could get a home loan. And so it's not that way anymore. Right. There's more down payments that are required. There's more stringent requirements for every loan program that exists out there. So there's a lot of fail-safes that have been put in place in order to prevent 2008 from happening again. So there's a lot of oversight, but there's still some really great aggressive programs out there where people can really qualify and get the loan that they want. So in 2008, we were doing loans with no income, no assets, no job, no nothing, and that doesn't exist anymore. And so you've got that skin in the game and everything now, but there's still some really strong programs out there. So absolutely.
I mean, you can go hog wild with the risky stuff if you want to, but absolutely. I think you kind of nailed it. That there are certain things that exist today that didn't exist then. One, there's not the same mentality. There might be in much smaller corners, but there are a lot of lessons that were learned the hard way by people anyone who's still in the industry does not want it. They don't want to see a repeat of that. No, homeowners don't want to see a repeat of that. It's really the folks that only focus on the short-term gains that are really engaging in those kinds of practices anymore. The bottom line is that if you are a consumer, you need to be educated on what is in your best interest as far as that loan program goes, and that's the kind of stuff that Steve takes care of.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about your BRICS class, because I know that's a big passion for you, but that's not geared towards educating loan officers. That's geared toward educating who?
Realtors. So BRICS is building realtors' income through coaching to success.
Okay.
So many years ago, I decided, how do we create realtor loyalty? Because that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And so we determined that if we train them and they can attribute their success to what we teach them, then they become much more loyal. And so it gives us an opportunity to coach those realtors, to stay in communication with them on a weekly basis. And then we challenge those agents. That class is by invitation only. They have to complete layers of homework to be invited to the subsequent classes.
Right.
And when they start seeing what their business is doing, and we look back at their numbers and they're seeing that constant growth in their volume, they get excited. And so that class is not for everybody. It's designed for a very specific person, but if that person and that personality fits, it's a fantastic opportunity for that realtor to grow to a superstar.
That's awesome. And it's such a huge value, and just makes you, as a loan officer and branch manager, it makes you so much more valuable to them and building that relationship, because they can really see that you are really digging in, and you're really investing in their business, not just yours.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I want the agents to know that we're a partnership, we're a team.
Yeah.
I'm not depending on them to ride their coattails and thanks so much for sending the loans. I want to reciprocate that business and I want to teach them how to fish. I don't want them to. I'm not going to throw them a fish, but I'm going to teach them how to fish and get where they want to go.
Sounds good. All right. Well, Steve, thank you for taking time. Go have some breakfast and get geared up for get to buckle up for Summit.
Awesome, James. I appreciate you, sir.
Awesome. Always good chatting.